Okay, I'm going to switch to the not so high quality one because the quality of camera is so high, so good. I think the high quality is cutting off the streaming speed is cutting off, so I'm changing it to a medium quality. Hopefully, it's better, it's smoother because I am having problem too looking at my screen here. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do today is this layout, of course, and the paper I am using is the Marian Smith Gypsy collection. It's so pretty, and I'm just going to cut out the middle of this one because I'm going to layer it like that, and I don't want to waste the middle section. Delena last week did this too, and I think it's a super cool idea not to waste any paper. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, next week is going to be Robbie, and she is going to bring you with a gorgeous project. I just know that. And the Kids of May is going to be on sale on 20th, so don't miss out on that as well. Alright? Okay. Let me, first of all, I'm just going to put everything on this paper. I did not pre-do anything today with this layout because I just want to, you know, show you every single step since it's not much of decorating, but more about painting and stuff. I went a little bit crazy on painting. Yes, pre-order is going to be on 20th, so make sure you be there ASAP. Every time after pre-order, there's like a really limited amount left afterwards, so be there before it's gone. Okay, I'm going to put this down there and let it stick really well. I cut this paper out. The middle one is 12 by 12, and I cut it to 10 by 10, and then I just put it on the back of this paper. And then I'm going to, if you have clear gesso, it's the best option. But if you don't, the regular white color gesso works as well. Okay? But I'm going to use clear gesso on this one just because it's a better option. Let me take off this black mat. I think this mat is making my lighting go crazy because, you know, still a webcam. It's not that professional yet. I'm just gonna slab on some clear gesso. I do this all the time with my clear gesso. I just really gesso up my paper, especially at the areas that I know there are going to be a lot of painting going on. If you don't do clear gesso, it's totally fine, but the gesso really provides you with a layer of a base that your paint don't absorb into the paper immediately. And when your paint absorbs into your paper immediately, it gives you less time to move it around and to get it to the pattern that you like. So that's why I always apply gesso. Again, if you don't have clear gesso, white gesso works as well. It's what I did to this layout. I put white gesso on it. Okay, so both method works just the same. And then I'm gonna use a if I can find the stencil. Oh, where did I put the stencil? This is silly. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Give me a second. Here's the stencil. This is a huge 12 by 12 Prima stencil. You can use any stencil you want. I'm just providing a general pattern here on the background. So it really doesn't matter what stencil you're using, okay? And let me take my modeling paste. I'm using 13 Hours modeling paste. Alright. Let me look at the chat real quick. This is ridiculous. Okay, I love the modeling paste. It's 13 Hours one. It's probably my favorite one now. I'm not going to use anything else. The thing about this modeling paste is that it's not so hard to clean up. It's so different too. It's more like a gel I know it sounds weird, but it really is more like a gel, and it's really different from the gesso as well. If you have their gesso and think they're thick enough for stenciling, by all means go ahead, just use that as a modeling paste, and it's totally thick enough to do that. But the thick gesso really leaves some gunk on your stencil. That's really kind of hard to clean up afterwards. If you know what I'm talking about, if you have used the gesso on your stencil, it's kind of hard to clean afterwards. You're gonna have some left over. But this modeling paste, because it's like a gel and it's still really thick, and you are not going to have those hard to clean gunk afterwards. I am just applying this paste and the texture all over this page, because I really want this page to have that beautiful, yummy texture. Okay? So, I'm not applying it to certain areas, just all over. Definitely just all over. All over. See, told you I'm going to be talking really weird today. The Cankersaur has affected the way that I talk. Okay. Like that. And because I am a person with really bad OCD, I have to clean my knife after I use it. And the stencil, I'll be putting it in a tub of water so it doesn't dry out on me. Okay, look. And I love this texture. You can use fine texture or really big texture like this. It doesn't matter. I'm going to dry it real quick and catch up on the chat. Exactly. Modeling paste, I think they're really different. Some of them are have a more sandy texture than the other. Like when they dry, you can touch them. Use your hand to touch them. Some of them are more like gesso. They're really coarse. They have a lot of teeth on them, and some of them are smoother than the other. And of course, thickness-wise, some are thicker than the other. And this one from Fiction Arts, it's they actually have a really smooth finish. Really smooth finish. And I love the gelish smooth finish it has. So yeah, I'm not looking back to any other texture paste either. It's so good. And it's really affordable. It's probably the cheapest, the most affordable texture paste I've ever seen, and it's so good. Okay, it needs a bit more time. I applied it too thick. It dries pretty fast though, so don't worry. I'll be fine. You'll be fine. You don't have to hear this forever. I really want to get a Timho's heating gun, but it's not powerful enough, but it's quiet. So it's better for live shows, but it's not that powerful. I sound like a chipmunk. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm glad that most people are hearing me fine though, because I will be, scared if, oops, I just touched my camera, if I sound like a chipmunk to everybody. Okay, is my camera straight now? Okay, good. And then now I'm going to use the paper that I cut out from this back, this middle and the sides of this chocolate toast, and I use those paper to layer, because we do not waste our yummy paper, right? Never waste. Waste is not good. I'm just gonna apply a very thin strip of chipboard behind the photo mat. I made a photoless layout because I ran out of photo I like. I don't really take many photos every day, and but I will be taking a lot of photos soon though, because I'm gonna go out of town and it's gonna be a lot of photo taking. So I'm just going to rip those paper. You really don't need perfection when you're layering. One thing I learned about layering is that just go messy with it, however messy you want it, and you can tear some pattern. Patterns is good too, or tearing like curved edges like that is good too for your layering. Okay, so it really don't matter, oops, how you do this. And I'm just gonna apply glue to the back of that and have it just, you know, layer everything around. The texture paste is not completely dried yet, so I'm making my hands really messy. Hi everybody! Thank you so much for being here, Paula. Hi, Paula. And like, okay, look, like this, right? And when you put behind your paper, it really leaves out the little edge, the torn edge of goodness. So I love the torn edges to leave out the, you know, the little torn edges. Look. Just go into layers on paper. It doesn't matter how you do it. It really doesn't matter. As long as you build up the background look, okay, it does not matter how you do this. I am not even looking at the old layout and the finished layout to see how I layered before. It's just all about how you feel about doing it at the moment that you're doing it, okay? Alright, just look at me. I'm just tearing every paper apart. Whoops. Wrong side. Okay. It's pretty much finished. Just give me 1 minute because I feel like it needs more layering. Like that. Okay. And I like this torn edges, so I'm going to put it behind the photo mat and leave out the torn beauty of that paper. See how much just adds to this layering? It's so pretty. And the same goes for this side. Whoops. No, stick on. Don't fall on me. Don't fall. Okay. And like that. Alright. So this is going to be the photo mat. And guess what? And everything else is about paint and embellishment. And that's a focal point of this layout, is to learn about paint and color, layer texture, and how to achieve that the really beautiful layered color look. So if you guys like look at, I'm gonna heat it real quick too. So when you guys look at the beautiful layouts other crafters or artists have made, right, you will see those really nice layered coloring with all kinds of different texture going on. And sometimes, you know, if you want to achieve it, you just can't get the same effect. And one of the biggest tricks that I learned is that really apply, first of all, really apply the clear gesso first. Because if you don't, the water's going to absorb in the paper immediately. And when it absorbs immediately, it's not going to give you the chance to layer it and to move it around. So if you look at this real quick, see how I can just, the things, they don't look like they're absorbed into the paper. They will have, if your paper absorbs the paint, it will have the look of absorbed paint. I hope you know what I'm talking about. And it's not as pretty as, well, I mean, when you try to move it around, the end result is not going to be as pretty as the ones that already have a gesso on top of it. Alright, so that's a really big trick, is to apply gesso first. And then the second trick that I learned is that to add as much different texture as you can to the background. So for example, I am going to add the glass beads. Whatever beads you have, you can use glass beads from 13 Nars, or you can use Prima's micro beads, all kinds of beads, as long as you have, you know, whatever is in your stash right now. You don't need buy another tub of beads just for layout, right? Okay. And I'm using Golden's regular gel. Okay, it's the best gel ever. My favorite of the whole time. Now I feel like I put it a bit off center. Can I move it? Let me try it. Oh yes, I can move it. It's awesome. Alright. Okay, now it's better. Now I feel better. Okay, and just use your glass beads. Just sprinkle it on there. Apply your gel medium quite thickly. You want a really thick gel medium for this technique. If you use a really thin glue like Mod Podge or regular thin matte polymer medium, you know what I'm talking about, like those really thin ones, they're not gonna work as well as the thick ones, because thick ones are just gonna hold your beads in place immediately. Okay, so make sure you use a really thick one. I'm just gonna apply it everywhere. Oh, it's so yummy. I love this. I love this beads. Okay, I think I've got enough beads on there. You don't need too much, you know, just a bit of some beads to add to the texture and the look of it. Okay, and when it's drying, I'm going to go ahead and apply the embellishment to it right now, and then I'm going to focus on the colors and layering of the colors, and I will show you guys many things as I go along. So the embellishment I'm using, the first one is the Petaloo flower. I love their teal flowers, and it pairs perfectly with this paper. See, this one, the perfect color, perfect teal. And I'm gonna use this really cute, I don't know the name for it, but it's like craft cardstock paper flower. Okay, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna grab 2 of these, and then alright, I just broke the center out of a flower. I don't know which one. That's okay. I'll fix that later. And then this is a new Prima flower. It's a bedtime story flower. I love those new Prima flowers. They're so beautiful. And especially those rope flowers. I get a lot of those rope flowers because they're so pretty. I need one more. And teal color one. And then our favorite fly unicorn adornments. Oh no, I forgot the lock. Hang on a second, guys. I am not prepared, obviously. Okay, let me get a lock real quick, because I really want to put the lock on the project. I can't find it now. That's okay. I'm gonna use another beautiful adornment. Look at those adornments. Look, I put them together so I don't confuse the, you know, which metal adornment I get from where. So just put every Fly Unicorns one together. Look at the lock. So cute. So cute. Hold on a second. And I'm gonna put and then some really cute metal filigree flowers. Okay? And this one is so detailed, and I think it looks great when they cut up. And I use it like some accent pieces. I do that to my metal adornment a lot. I just cut them apart and then put them into different areas and hide the cut apart. So you don't know that I cut them apart and you think I have 2, but I only used 1. I am cheap, you know? We're all crafters and we know how expensive this is. We need to save our money and stretch our products. Okay, I'm just gonna apply those flowers to the areas that I want them to be. I think the easiest way to layer your flowers is to do them in 2 corners. I think that's the easiest way to do that. And I do that a lot when I don't know where to put them. I just put them in 2 corners. And now my secret is out. And when you go look at my project and you see them in 2 corners, you know that's when I don't know what to do. Okay? So that's the easiest way. 2 corners. And because this flower has 2 layers, you can put out, you can like make the first layer up more, so it gives more dimension and texture. Actually, it looks pretty nice. Okay, and then the second one, I'm gonna put the second cluster right here on top. And I thought I had a butterfly, but I don't. Oh, I really want that butterfly. I had that one before, but that's okay. We're just gonna have to roll without a butterfly here. Hopefully that doesn't bother you, but that kind of bothers me because I like the butterfly a lot. Alright, I'm gonna put this lock right there. And here's another cut apart metal embellishment. I'm gonna put this one right there. So the embellishment is finished. See how easy it is? You know, sometimes if you use paints, it actually saves you on your embellishment part, because the paint actually, well, the texture and the color of it will make up the embellishing part for your layout. So I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so here comes the first step. I am going to first of all spray this some areas with this Treasure Hint. It's a really neutral color. If you don't have this neutral color, you can use all the other neutral color you have, but make sure it's a really light neutral color, okay? So I'm just spraying it. It doesn't even matter where it is, because I just don't want the empty areas to be no colors. So it will look pretty weird if you have two clusters of really strong colors and the middle part just have nothing. So I want to kind of connect them together, which is why I'm applying those color all over, okay? And see that my color is still not absorbed after I spray them, because I applied gesso. Look, I can still, see, move the colors around. So that's the good thing about gesso. You can move your colors around for as long as you want before it dries. Okay, and now I'm going to apply the major colors that I want on my layout. And here comes to technical theory part. Okay, it's like teaching a real class. Okay, so here's the color wheel, obviously, and today I'm gonna use three colors. One is a really purplish red. It's not necessarily purple color like that. Okay, it's more like a fuchsia, but more reddish. Anyways, it's a really cold tone red. It's not a really warm tone red. Okay, so I'm gonna use a really cold tone red, and this is a tealish color that I'm gonna be using. Okay, you don't have to treat this as a a blue. You can treat it as a greenish blue, which greenish blue is teal. So I'm gonna use a teal, and this is the this gold part you see. Okay, a really nice goldy orange color. Now this color combination is called triadic. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I don't know the real name for English, but it's a triangle color combination. There are so many different kinds, okay, but I'm using the triangle one. So make sure if you choose a color, it has to be equal sides. So if this triangle is going to go other ways, it always has to have 3 colors, okay, between them, or 5, depends on what kind of color we're using. Just make sure that they have the same colors between each corner. Alright, so that's a color combination I'm gonna go for today. Really fun, right? Listening to me and talking about color theory. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna use the red color paint. Hi Jennifer! Hi Esma! Hi! So this is the really gorgeous red color. It's coloring my bleeding heart. You can use all kinds of red paint you have, it doesn't matter. And I'm not gonna go for the spraying motion. I'm gonna go for painting. Okay, I don't want it to. I want a full control of where the paint go. Okay, this part is not dry yet, so the glass bead's coming off. That's okay. And this red color actually is a under. How do I say this? It's the base as well. It's not going to be the finished look that you see on my original finished layout. This red color is just going to be an underpaint, okay? It will dry a lot, not a lot, but quite a bit lighter than it is right now. It looks always more vibrant when it's darker, but when it dries, it actually is more of a lighter color, so you need more layers if you really want to build up to the finished layout look. So I'm gonna use and cheat it and use other more vibrant looking product. Okay, All Glitter Mist. I think All Glitter Mist dries a bit lighter than what they look like. Alright, I'm gonna just apply it all over. Like I said, it's an underpaint, it's an underlayer. So I really want it to reach every corner of the areas that I'm gonna paint. Okay. Now you can go ahead and spray if you want to, but like I said, I really want full control of where what color goes and where which color, you know, layers on top of whatever color I want. So painting them is a better option. Okay, so you already see the layout of the color areas, all right? And I'm gonna give it a quick dry zip. Now, really make sure you dry your paint before you apply another color if you're not doing the monochromatic look, because they're going to, you know, this is red and teal is kind of like its opposite color, and they will turn into a matte color, and you do not want that, all right? So make sure you really, really dry your paint before you apply another one. And one thing I love about using a heat gun is that you don't give a chance for the color to spread out on itself. So the color will have puddles of darker colors and lighter colors. Wow, the colors on camera is really off, and I thought it is a nice color, a nice camera. I am wrong. It is a really deep purplish red color. It's not like orangey looking that you know on camera. Okay, I promise it's a really dark and purplish red. It's totally not orange like that. Oh gosh. Okay, now this is bothering me knowing the color is off like that, but it's okay. If you go check out Shimmer's website, or if Flying Corn still has the image, you'll see the real color. It's so beautiful. Nice dark red. Really gorgeous. Like blood. Literally like blood color. Okay, see how some areas are darker colors than the other? Alright? I just love to hit them with my heat tool so they don't have a chance to spread out. I'm gonna really dry this whole area here because the jump medium is still a bit wet and I want it to dry so my glass beads stay. Okay. And now I'm gonna apply the even darker and more vibrant red color. And this is Shimmer's in Royal Red. Again, I know it's out of stock, but if you don't have this, any red color will work. Okay, anything, even, you know, acrylic paint, whatever you want. The only reason that I chose this is because I, first of all, of course, I love the vibrantness. Second of all is that I love the texture of the Shimmer's paint. Those little paint pads has nice texture because they are not like mica type of shiny. They're more like a glitter type of shiny, but really fine glitters. So I love the texture of the little Shimmer's paint pads. They really add a ton to your projects. Let me wash my brush real quick. Give me a second there. My brush is really dirty with the spray. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna apply the paint. See how much I have on my brush? That's okay, because I am going for a really thick paint look. Oh dear, this looks like orange on camera too. That's not right. This is not right. This is so off, but it's okay. Again, if you look on the website, you'll see the real color. This is not the real color on camera there. I'm going over the underpaint, but not the whole area. Okay, just some areas, because some other areas I want it to be other colors. So yeah, don't cover everything. And I like the look of having a bit of lighter color, the same color but lighter tone around the darker color. like you can see on those areas, see how the spray is right here and the darker color paint is right there. I like to have this kind of halo around it because I think it adds really nice texture. If you have alcohol ink, by all means color your metal embellishment. I will color it after I'm done here because I think the glue behind them are not dry yet, so I don't want to move them around right now. Okay, so see this vibrant layer of red is down, and oh, the camera is so bad. And I'm gonna dry this before I apply the teal color. Okay, and on my color wheel you can see the, where's my color wheel? Well, on the color wheel you'll see the teal color is like the triangles one side to the red, right? So, and that's, again, like I said, kind of like a complementary color. I don't know the word for it, but in English. But it's kind of like the opposite color of this red. Okay, so dry it, dry it, dry it. Don't make this whole project into a neutral color. This paint, Shimmer's paint pot, it dries super fast for some reason. I don't know why it dries so fast. It must be the ingredient, I don't know, but it dries so fast. It dries faster than all the other paints. Whenever I just heat to like give it a little bit heat out, it just dries immediately. It's so yummy. Okay, now it's so red, and you think it has no layering, no texture whatsoever. I know. That's why we're gonna need some green color. You will be surprised how much a kind of opposite color or an opposite color adds to your projects. You will be surprised because it's like, because, well, how do I word this? Because this whole color right here, all right, it takes your attention. And your eyes are like, this is like 2 huge areas of red color. So if you have any tiny little bit of opposite color on there, your eyes are going to look at the opposite color and think they are a little bit of texture. If you know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to word this as best as I can, but I don't know how to word that sentence well. But you all know what I'm talking about. Because right now, you know, you see on camera just 2 puddles of red color, and it's not pretty, and I do not like how it looks. I would not, you know, take this as a finished project at all. Now, if you have different tones of red color, add on it if you want to go for a monochromatic look, and that will look awesome, okay? But not the same color on a huge area, because that's not yummy. So this is the Shimmer's in color Jilted Jade. It's a really nice green teal color. It looks really, really green, but it's teal. And I noticed that it looks really, really blue on camera. This camera is lying to you guys. Okay, and I am applying quite thickly, because if you apply it really thinly, the background red will show through and gives you the neutral tone, okay, because you're layering color. So really make sure that if you layer to opposite color, the other color needs to go on quite thickly, or you can go ahead and apply some white gesso on the spot of where your opposite color is going to go. If you want to do that technique, that's good too. But I'm just going to go ahead and apply it really thickly, and if some of the areas are pretty thin and the neutral color showed off and showed through, I'm fine with it. It just adds to the little bit of grungy and distressed look that it has, okay? So I really don't mind. The color is so wrong on camera. I am complaining about the colors on camera the whole time. I know, it's getting annoying, I'm sorry, but the color is so off. Whoever has this paint will know that it's definitely not blue. It's a really yummy teal green. Okay, it's nothing like that. Alright, I'm just gonna add here and there, and I will go back and forth with the red and this teal, back and forth with them, because one layer of each paint is, right now just see some really, you know, spot here and there, and it's not pretty, you know. I do not like my paints to have really obvious spots. I want them to blend into each other. So even though they're opposite color, when you blend them, they might have a little bit of different colors. As long as you apply the paint thick enough, it's going to blend them, and it's not going to leave you those harsh edges. I do not like harsh edges. Just like, you know, like I said before, doing makeup, I just don't appreciate harsh edges. Okay, and then I'm gonna dry it too. Okay, and then I'm gonna do some stamping. So stamping really sometimes will blend your paints for you. I know it sounds pretty weird, but if you have some huge areas of paint like this on your project, and just use a stamp, okay, before you get really headache or worries about your color not blending together, it's not looking good. Try some stamping, because the stamping will actually bring the color together and really makes it looks like it's really well blended, because the black ink stamp is going to be more your eyes will drawn to it more than you pay attention to the harsh edges of your paint. You'll see what I'm talking about. I will stamp that after I dry this. Okay, I'm looking at the video being silly. Let me try something real quick, okay? I think if I lower the quality a little bit, it will be better. It's the quality of my Alright, I think right now it's lowered. I'm not sure how this is gonna fix though. Because I do not want it to be a really bad quality. So I am not, you know, I don't want to do it like the low quality. Hopefully it's better. Hopefully. I did a test run on my test channel today. It's a private channel. You know, I don't want people to see me testing. A test run today, and it's good on a test run. So I don't know what's going on. It is really weird. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, anyways, and I'm gonna take a stamp, whatever stamp you have, texture stamp or image stamp, whichever one you prefer. But for a background sake, I think, you know, a texture stamp will look better. And this is a Kaisercraft one. You can use your Prima ones, whatever ones you have. Really don't matter. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp this on this painted areas. Okay. Now, one thing about stamping, give it a really grungy, non-perfect mixed media look, is that do not put your stamp flat on your layout, because you know you'll see the edges of a stamp, and I don't really like that when I'm going for a really grungy and mixed media look. So what you do is don't let your stamp touch your page, okay? And then use your finger to touch down the stamp, to touch on the areas that you want to stamp. If you know, if that makes sense to you, like don't just put it flat on your page. Use your finger to guide the stamp on where it needs to touch the paper, okay? You will get the feeling of that once you do it once or twice. It's really easy, and that gives much better mixed media look than just give it a really flat, perfect stamping look. Every stamp can stamp out a grungy image if you don't just, you know, put it on your project, like flat on. And if for this corner right here, I'm gonna stamp a little bit out to this background paper, just to bring these two things together a little. There's a fabric piece from my stamp. My stamp is broken. It's so old now. It needs more juice. I need to buy a reinker for it. It's so old. It's not juicy anymore. Okay, can you see what I mean by the stamp really kind of blends the color and it looks better than before? I don't know if you can see it on camera that well, but in person it really looks blended, really well blended. I don't think the camera shows the stamping part that obvious though. You know, this is one thing about live streaming. If you don't get a $1,000 camera and a device, this is the quality. Okay, I'm gonna clean the stamp real quick. And I just don't want it to have those ink on there because it will damage your stamp in the long run. If you always don't clean it, it will damage it, especially if you have clear stamp. It's going to damage it. Okay. Put it back in. And then I'm going to go for another round of this red and green, okay? I just really wanted to have the gorgeous layered look. There we go. I am painting on the edge of the opposite of the green or teal color. You can see me kind of covering them a little bit, okay? But by doing that, it really blends out the edges and it's not gonna appear so harsh anymore. Okay, so that's what I do when I want to really blend out the color. Just kind of paint on their edges and leave the most concentrated middle part alone, and it will show through. And then I will go over with the green color and then paint on the edges again, and without completely dry the red paint. Now it will turn a bit into a matte color if you don't completely dry it, but it's okay. It will blend everything and it will look gorgeous afterwards. Trust me. Okay, they're not completely dry, but a little dry, so they wouldn't, you know, be combining together like immediately. They will slowly fade into each other. And here, okay, you can tap out the edge too and make it kind of thin so it spreads out into the neutral color. And it looks really grungy and really nice as well. So like that. And one thing good about the Shimmerz paint pads is that they paint on metal. They do. Look, I'm just going to paint on this look. They go on metal really nicely. And I remember I've said it before in my other classes that if you're working with other colors or more than one color, if it's not monochromatic look, even when it's monochromatic look, gosh, I can't talk. If you're working with many colors, make sure that none of the color has the same exact portion on your layout or on your project. Always make sure you have one main color, which in this case is the red color or the orange color you see on camera. And then you have a second color that's the second major color, which in this case is the teal color. And then you have a third color that's like the accent color, okay? So the accent color is going to highlight everything and bring things together. And the second major color is going to give you, if you have like pattern paper with like two major colors, okay, choose one color as your first major color, and second major color is going to bring your projects more connected with your pattern paper, even though I'm talking about, you know, just make everything corresponds together. So that's what second major color you can do on your project. And then I'm gonna add this right now I'm gonna add this really nice gold orange color. It's Inkling's French Twist. Now this is a really interesting color. It's in gold collection. So if you apply this color on a really white color paper or light color paint on top of light color paint, what you will see, let me grab a water bottle and spray it, it's not this gold color when you paint, see, it has a bit of a golden sheen to it. It's not like that if you have a light, if you have a white paper or light color paint. Because when you paint on top of darker color, the gold shimmer is really going to show up, but with the pigment of the paint as well. So it really gives you the yummy golden color instead of the orangey color it has. So I think it looks really nice on top of the darker color paint. It really just gives that gorgeous accents, you know, the gold color. It brings everything together too. And if you put it next to your teal color right here, it helps you blend it, helps your eyes feel like it's more blended as well. Okay, and you can go over on your beads to bring out the texture, and you can use your hands to smush it around so it's not so harsh. Okay, you can do whatever you want. One thing about paint is that it's so much fun to play with, and fingers is actually your best tool sometimes, you know. And the ink cleans, actually, I forgot to say, it goes on metal too. Look, if you apply it kind of thick, it goes on metal. I just apply it on this metal flower. Oops. That, I did not want that. Okay, I'm going to paint on this metal flower too. I think the glue behind the embellishment is pretty much dried. See? I love the gold shimmer. It's so pretty. I hope you can see it on camera, because the gold shimmer is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I'm going to draw it real quick. And I'm going to use some neutral color, okay? I use my hands just to feel it and see if it's completely dried. Because when I apply this neutral, watery neutral color, I don't want to spray away or paint away my other paints. I want them to stay. I don't want them to mix. So that's why I'm feeling them, see if they're dried. Ah! This one is not dried. My hands get dirty from that. Okay, this area is pretty wet. Let me dry it real quick. Okay. Smooth it out. Now people ask me a lot, what do you do to warp layout? At this stage, I really don't care anymore. Like, if they're warped, they can be warped. But before, or if I'm going to display them, I put a piece of chipboard on back of my layout, and it will fix it. It will not be, you know, warping. It will be straight. But after, only do it after you finish your layout if you're going to put any paint on it, because you'll warp the chipboard too. So after you finish your layout, just mount it on top of a chipboard, and your layout will be straightened. Okay, I'm gonna straighten a little bit just to make it look better. Alright, now I'm gonna apply some neutral color. Neutral color is a wonderful color that goes with everything. Absolutely every color, even with neutral color itself. So if you don't have a neutral color, you need one. You really need one. It's gorgeous with everything. Blue and neutral color, absolutely gorgeous. My favorite neutral color combination is this kind of neutral craft color and the blue color or teal color. And green with let me show you. That's not a green color you see on camera, right? So a green with neutral looks awesome. Okay. Purple, a fuchsia with neutral looks awesome. Absolutely everything. Even a color with similar undertone like yellow or orange with neutral looks awesome as well. So yes, my point is you need oh, my camera just went crazy. Okay, my point is you need a neutral color in your stash. So if you don't have a spray neutral color, my suggestions are those little 13Rs neutral colors. They have some choices. Now I have probably 3 and 4, and I couldn't find a 4th one, so I'm gonna only pull out 3. One is matte cinnamon, one is matte peach, one is matte mahogany, and you can tell from their back. I think this is more obvious. This one's more like it's lighter and is, you know, more like a skin tone. And this one is obviously a bluish undertone. It's colder undertone, and this one is more reddish. So it doesn't matter, you know, all kinds of neutral color works with basically everything. If you want to go more specific, of course, you can pair them up with their undertone if they're more cold or more warm, but they basically just go with everything, you know. So, and this is a really nice neutral color. It's a neutral color with neutral undertone, this Treasure Hen. So, you know, this is like the go-to neutral color for me. I have already gone through one bottle of this paint, and I just love this color. Alright, I'm just going to apply it around my red area because I don't want my red areas to be like that stand upon everything else and be, you know, like really overwhelming for your eyes. I want it to be able to blend in with the background. Remember before I sprayed the paint on my background? Oh gosh, this is not dried. Just pull off some of the red paint. That's okay. Before, right, I sprayed those Treasure Hen on my background, and that's why I'm applying it around the red color, so it will blend in with the background better. And the Treasure Hen around the red color is going to be darker naturally because I don't even need to you know, apply it thickly because the paint is not like 100% dried yet. So it will pull off some red color around the edges and then blend it in with the red color on its own. So it's going to look really awesome. And if you want to blend out the edge of the Treasure Hen or a neutral color, just take a wet brush, a clean wet brush, and just paint around the neutral color, okay? And it will spread out like you do watercolor, all right? And this part is too much. I'm going to absorb some. And I really like those grunge distressed look it gives. Now I love making fun and bright and kind of modern looking layout too, but make these really layered and distressed layout sometimes just makes it just like a more of a what do I say, like meditation for me than making simple and fun layouts. Because I just like to layer paints. I think layering paints is like a treatment. It just makes me feel better. Okay, so here it is. Why did my screen stop? I hope it didn't stop for you guys. Did it? Let me refresh my screen. It scares me. It really scares me. Hold on a second. It scares me when I see my screen freeze. Yes, it's a really beige and craft color. Oh gosh, I got some paint on my white clothes. That is so much fun. It's a really neutral color. Okay, unlike these two, you can see obviously this one is more of a colder undertone and this one is a red undertone, and this one is actually pretty neutral too. If you want this 13 hours paint, it's matte peach. It's pretty neutral too. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty much finished, and I'm just gonna dry it, and I think this layout is actually done. It's that simple. All you need to do is just layer your paints all around, and the paint actually gives you the feeling of embellishment for some reason. I don't know why, but it really does that. If you have layered look, you can save money on embellishment too, right? And paints are cheaper, actually. A pack of flour is like $5, and a bottle of paint, which will last you forever, is like $4. Or if you go for 13 hours, like $1.5 or something. So yeah, paints are cheaper, and they give you a really nice look on your layout and save on your embellishments. I just use my fingers to feel around a lot, you know. I touch everything. And I have this bad habit when I go to the store too. I like to feel them. I like to feel everything. And when I was a kid, I broke so many things in stores. My parents have banned me from touching things in stores. I just like to touch everything. So here we go. I think this layout is finished. I hope you like this. Oh, thank you so much, Jenny. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight, and I'm just gonna leave this camera here for you to look at it instead of pulling it to my face, you know, because I don't want to make you dizzy, and I want to be able to look at the paint again, the layout again. And if you have those nice, hi Mary, if you have those nice red and teal color, just look at them because they are not what they look like on camera. This is really have been bothering me the whole night. The fact that how orangey this red looks and how blue this teal looks. So look at those, okay? They're totally different, and this look, and you can go look at the Flying Unicorns blog, and that's the new true color on the blog in the pictures. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am really, really happy today, and I appreciate it so much because I'm a bit nervous with my new camera, and obviously it's been giving me a bit trouble tonight. I will try to figure out what's going on and test it more before my next show. I will test until I figure out, you know, the best way. Thank you guys so much. I have not made Classic 45 yet. Well, yet. Sounds like I'm so optimistic, but you know, they're going to announce it on the 30th. So fingers crossed, toes crossed for me. And I am going to wait until 30th, and hopefully I can make it. I'm so nervous though. Yeah, I'm really nervous about that. I like this layout. I really like it. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I'm going to show you the original one. The original one and the one I did tonight. It looks pretty much the same, right? Except that this one is more like brownish, has more of a because I didn't cover the background with white gesso. And this one is more like whiter because I applied white gesso all over it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much again. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. And if you have any, yeah, 30th, that's right, Paula. If you have any questions or anything, just head to my Facebook or in the events page on Flying Unicorn. Just ask there. I'll be happy to answer anything. And stay tuned next week for Robbie's amazing, gorgeous work. Okay? So see you later. Bye. Thank you so much, Butterfly. Bye.